Okay, we're here with Yen Tan at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival, and Yen is a filmmaker who lives in Austin, Texas. Yen, could you tell us why you're here at the film festival this year?
Yeah, I am here to premiere my feature film Pit Stop, which is premiering screening at the next section.
Cool. And when was the world premiere?
The world premiere was 2 days ago. It was on the 21st, Monday afternoon.
How'd it go?
It went really well. I couldn't ask for a better screening.
Great, great. Can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Yes. Pit Stop is it's a drama that's set in a small town in Texas. It tells the parallel stories of two working class gay men, and essentially you get a really good idea of who they are as individuals, and also the people in their lives, and more importantly their romantic lives, I guess.
Can you describe a little bit about what it means to have a film, a feature film premiere at Sundance?
It's an enormously validating. It's like an enormous honor. I recognize like the odds of getting in these days are like it's just really hard to get in. So
yeah.
So getting in is like one of those things that you always want, but you don't think it'll ever happen. So it's been really wonderful.
Now you're from Malaysia originally, right?
Right.
And your parents still live there?
Yes.
What was their reaction when you told them that you got into Sundance?
I actually said this in my my intro at my second screening at the Egyptian last night. But when I told them about it, they didn't know what Sundance was. So their initial question for me was like, why would there be a film festival in Utah? Because
it's actually a really good question.
Yeah, it's just like one of those, like, you just don't even think about the state of Utah. Usually
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. Plus, isn't it really cold and snowy there?
Right,
and why would people want to go there in
like
January?
Nothing there.
How does the experience differ from sort of maybe how you thought about it when you were, aspiring to be at Sundance? Is there anything that surprised you or disappointed you or about the experience of being at Sundance?
What surprised me was there's a lot of work involved from the point when you get your acceptance call up until even right this second. There's still a lot of things left to do.
Right. So
that part of it, I'm really surprised that it's like a laundry list that never ends.
Right.
And I mean, I think that's it's good and bad. Like, good in the sense that it really distracts you from thinking too much about the the anxiety of screening a film and that kind of stuff. Like, because you have all these other things to do. The bad thing is that it's very stressful.
Yeah.
And all the people you have to talk to and all that kind of stuff. I'm doing more interactions a day than I would do in 2 weeks of my life. It's just like, yeah. So in that sense, it's very jarring.
Yeah. What do you remember the first time you heard about Sundance and what your perception of it was?
I do remember. It was like from Sex, Eyes, and Videotape from way
back.
Yeah. I think that was when it was still called USA Film Festival.
Yeah.
Right.
The United States.
Yeah, right. So I was always aware of it. Like I think like especially through the 90s, like films like Clerks and all the sort of like the heyday Reservoir Dogs and all the films. So it was always something that I knew about.
Yeah.
But I also didn't think it was like a place you just submit your films to
right.
and they select it.
Right.
I thought it was like they have to invite you sort of thing.
Right.
So it is kind of surreal in that way.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on where you think the festival might be 10 years from now? Do you think it'll be more important, less important, or?
I think it will just become increasingly important because I don't think it's getting any smaller. First of
right.
all, the number of submissions are definitely growing. So it's actually going to be really interesting to see what happens even in 5 years, just because, if you're getting more submissions and if your slots, I guess it's one thing if the slots remain the same, but I guess if they increase the number of slots, then what happens? The number of venues are about the same.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I have no idea. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Where do you go from here? What's your next Do you have another film project? Or are you sticking with this pit stop going to occupy you for a
some-
while?
I definitely want to move on as quickly as possible and not try to spend too much time in festival mode. I think that's always the danger of being completely. It's like great to go through festivals, but you can go through it so much that you have no time to work on your new project.
Right.
So I am telling myself that I will do a cut-off festival
Right.
thing at some point so I can concentrate on the new projects.
Cool. Thank you very much, Yen.
Sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Alec.
You bet.